Hi all, thanks for checking out my YouTube channel. I'm Scott from I Want That Prop, and as you can tell from the props behind me, I'm a prop collector. I like to collect props from movies, from video games, just basically anything that I think is cool, I like to collect it. Some of them are homemade, some of them are 3D printed, some of them are just purchased offline. I'll always try and give credit where it's due, so if it's a 3D print that I've done, I'll try and add the files to the description of the video. If it's something I've purchased offline, I'll try and add a link to where I've got it from. And if it's something I bought off Etsy or eBay or something that someone's made for me, I'll also try and credit that person for doing so. So all of that information can be found in the video description below. But today, I'm going to start with something that I've actually made myself, which is something I wanted since I was a kid. And you should probably seen the thumbnail of it in the description of the video. So, without further ado, it is my homemade EVA foam Jumanji board. It does look a bit odd on there, obviously, because the writing's backwards, but yeah, who doesn't love Jumanji? Classic 90s family film. Robin Williams, absolute legend, one of my childhood favourite actors. Hook, Jumanji, Aladdin, Patch Adams, Toys, Mrs. Doubtfire, you know, to name a few. The guy was a legend. So yeah, when I always wanted one of these since I was a kid. So obviously when I got to a point where I thought I'd be able to, I don't know, maybe make one or at least attempt making one, I thought, why not? So basically, all this is EVA foam. Obviously I've got the hinges and the inside bit has a couple of little bits on it, but I'll explain them as we go. So I basically started by just drawing the main pattern onto one solid piece of EVA foam. All of this is just hand drawn. I just did it by pictures, using pictures as reference. I didn't use any templates or freehand. Then after drawing it, I used a Stanley blade just to carve out some of the details, and then when you hit it with a heat gun or iron over it, it will actually split the foam and it will make it a bit deeper and a bit more clear. So once I'd done that, obviously I just painted it to the close as I could colours to the actual film. And pretty much the same for the inside. So the board does open, opens up and out just like in the film. So these bits, again, again for those who seek to find a way to leave their world behind, I actually typed them up on online on a program, printed them out, put them on a piece of cardboard, just stuck them down. Same with this side. For this middle bit, I am aware that some of this overlaps, which shouldn't, and it does annoy me, but it's glued down, and rather than destroy it, I'd rather just make do with it, to be honest. And again, this was just hand drawn. What I actually did with this, I got 2 pens, put a tiny piece of foam in between them so they're equal distance, and I used that to draw the path to make sure it just maintained like the same distance throughout rather than it going thinner and thicker. And it seems to have worked quite well because it is quite consistent throughout the entire board, funnily enough. Yeah, so I used the same technique as the front. I drew it on, used a Stanley blade just to go around the detail, ironed over it, and it splits it, and it's amazing to see it work. Honestly, it's really good. It's an awesome technique. Did the same with the leaves all around the edges. Again, they took a bit of time because there's about 1,000 of them, but it was worth it. This middle bit is actually the lid off a Snazaroo face paint pot, the clear lid. I was struggling to find something for this middle bit, and then I was in the shed just rooting to see if I could find anything, and lo and behold, this was on the floor. So I just painted it green, varnished over it to give a bit of a shine, and it actually looks pretty good, to be fair. So that's the board itself. It does close. And again, I am happy with how that's turned out. Something I always wanted, so it's amazing to have, and it's a great addition to my collection. And we also have, obviously, these things, which are vitally important to the board. The little game tokens. I do have the crocodile somewhere, but it seems to have vanished for now, so, you know. These are 3D printed. I got these off Thingiverse, just typed in Jumanji board game pieces, these came up. These are actually scaled up to what the file size was. So, yeah, I can't remember what percent I did them to, but they were tiny at first. They were a bit too small. But I will add a Thingiverse link in the description to the video below. So if you want to go off and print these, you can do so. They're excellent, really good models, really high detail, super easy to print. I don't think they took long at all to do. And I did the same with the dice. Literally just go on Thingiverse, type in standard 6mm dice, and all I've done is painted these up to look a bit battered, a bit worn. You know, I did a bit of green paint, a bit of smudging, and they fit perfect with the board. They do look a bit green on this light for some reason, but they're not actually that green. They're more of a brownie colour, but there you go. So yeah, that's my first video for I Want That Prop. I've got plenty, as you can see behind me. I will be uploading more videos all the time. If you do like this video, subscribe, give it a like. If you think anyone will be interested in seeing it, if you know anyone who's a fan of Jumanji, share the video with them. And leave any comments below, any questions you've got. I'll try my best to answer them. So thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. And hopefully the more I do this, the better I'll get at it. So I apologise. Cheers, guys.